and welcome to the SmackDown Preview. It's WhatCulture, so I'm not going to do Wilborn's regular intro, but I will tell you that I'm joined today by Adam Nicholas and these two absolute jabronis to my left and right to preview this week's edition of Friday Night SmackDown. It feels nice to be back, Nicholas.
You're back.
It feels nice.
He's back,
to be
baby.
Back. I'm, yes, of course, joined by these two and Nicholas today as WhatCulture continues. I will admit, as I did sort of promise to do before I went away on holiday, that I have switched off the business a little bit. So that might give us a bit of a unique SmackDown preview today, because we might not necessarily talk all about the business.
Oh,
I know typically this is our most analytical one. Thing is, Nicholas, you'll have to tell me this. I'm assuming Sidge has been in Wilborn on these, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Yeah, I know what he's like. He bloody loves a tangent. He couldn't do one without going to the button for it. He loves it.
He tends to get off the tracks a bit. But obviously Wilborn got him back on because, you know, that's not a bit of a loose cannon in that regard. Typically
not the theme of what we like on these ones. But yes, I will say very personally, it's very, very nice to be back in the studio today. Not for much longer, based on some of the lovely pictures I saw while I was away. But yes.
Filled people full of dread there for a second, I think.
Oh, yeah. Not
for much longer, because I'm leaving.
As we've talked about, we're moving. We're very excited about it. I'm not leaving. I'm staying right here forever. But yes, I haven't really watched much Fed or Dub these past couple of weeks. I've got a rundown of things on this SmackDown. But Nicholas, it's nice to see you, mate.
It's nice to see you too.
What have I missed here? If not in terms of the wrestling itself, what's gone on in these hallowed halls, these four walls?
What's gone on in? Oh God, I'm not sure we can talk about it on air in these four walls.
Oh,
just
God.
don't bring a black light. No, not a great deal actually. Just the boys picking up your slack basically.
Oh, so not that much then. Yeah.
So not a great deal.
Yeah,
They haven't really felt it. Do you know what I mean? They look like they've just.
It's just cruised and carried on as normal.
The world just kept spinning, and people started wondering why you're even here.
No, I get that. I've felt that. I had enough time on flights to contemplate that exact thing, actually, yeah.
No. You were sorely missed.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
That's what you were fishing for.
Of course I was.
Filthy little
The
fisherman.
reason I started off.
But no, it's, I don't think anything of note has happened, actually.
Well, I did. That gives me a segue, at least, into tonight's SmackDown, because there is something of note which I'd completely forgotten about. We're going to talk a little bit later on WhatCulture, myself, you, and Phil Chambers, about Forbidden Dow taking place here in London this weekend. But just across the Irish Sea in Dublin, SmackDown is happening tonight for the first time ever from Dublin at the Threesome Arena.
Oi, oi.
That's what we've always called it.
Yeah.
Which I'd completely forgotten about, that WWE are on their own counter-programming tour of the UK and Ireland to try and just chip away in any way they can. They're here in Newcastle on Sunday, as Forbidden Dow is taking place in London. But yeah, SmackDown and Raw are both going to take place at times that are suitable to us, I suppose. This is taking place here at 8 p.m. We're going to be able to watch live from Dublin, which I believe will sort of fall 1 in the afternoon or something for our American friends in the other country, obviously. 2.5, I guess, because it's taking place in Ireland tonight.
Hang on. No. This has to change now for you, surely.
What, 3 countries?
Well, exactly. There's more countries now.
There's a third country?
There's a third country because you've literally just been to one.
Oh, hang on, wait a minute, yeah. So I went to Thailand, so that's 4.
Yeah.
SmackDown's happening in Dublin, yeah. And then there's obviously England and America. That's 4 countries.
4 countries.
I mean, there's rumours of let us know in the comments below if you know of any others. Because I feel like we've got a scoop here. I didn't expect to start the SmackDown preview with that, but yeah, we're now up to 4 countries. Where's Sidgwick's gone on holiday? That's probably not a country,
pass. I don't know.
Somewhere with unlimited cocktails.
Greece? It's usually Greece.
Anyway, how... Here.
Kos. Is he going to Kos?
Kos. Where is Kos?
I don't know. Sounds like Greece to me.
Let me see if I can find a button for it. Tell me. Yeah.
Kos is in Greece. Is that right?
I think it probably is, isn't it? Kos.
Kos is an island in Greece.
Oh, okay. That's Sidgwick speed, that isn't it? He likes those islands where he can just go and sit by the pool and drink.
Full disclaimer, he might be somewhere else. He might just be in Butlins. I don't know. But
I think you're right. Kos sounds familiar. Yeah, I did press that tangent button because I don't want to go full Sarkor. Please tell me what you and the listeners and viewers have got from Sidgwick over the past couple of weeks over Isaac.
Oh, no. Come on now.
I'd just give me a little taste. Give me a little taste.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Has he been losing it? That's what I'm asking. Or has he come to terms with it now?
No, I mean, he'll never come to terms. He'll never come to terms with football, ever. Even if we were winning. I don't think that would just be constant anxiety we were going to lose. From him, of course. I'm not.
Has it been fun to watch and experience? Are you okay with it?
Yeah, it's football.
Yeah.
Get on with it, man. I think it's this. I don't know if you've seen the latest. Have you seen any of the latest?
Not really. I just know that he's still somewhat scandal ridden.
Well, not short story long. The club have complained. Not complained. That's not true at all. The club have talked a lot about where he's been, what he's doing, all this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
He finally posted something the other day, basically saying that the relationship cannot go on.
I saw a bit of that. People are having a bit of fun with that one, yeah.
Exactly. And he's like, basically, it sounds like a last push to try and make it happen, and that he says promises were broken.
Yeah.
You're never going to know, are you?
No.
You're never going to know. You've got a contract, promises are broken or not. I've had promises broken to me before in jobs, and you still have to go to work.
Yep.
So, but I actually don't mind which way it goes. I'm still holding out for the magic of he doesn't go anywhere. And then
sorry, guys.
Yeah, well, tough.
And everybody shakes hands and just gets on.
The club have been pretty good about it and sort of, stated it such. Like, we have the power in this situation. But they haven't been disparaging to him.
Yeah.
Whereas feels like he's tried to have a swipe at them. They haven't directly swiped at him yet, I feel. I think it's fixable.
Yeah.
I do. People are just in the moment at the minute.
Football does that to people as well, doesn't it?
Of course it does. And after 5 weeks or 6 weeks of sitting around with a face like a smacked arse, you want to play football again and you want to train. Because if you're going to get that move, you better be playing football. So I can see him back in the fold. I assume Liverpool will send us one last chance.
Well,
unless we've signed 2 players, I don't think he's going anywhere.
For those that do care about this, and I do appreciate this can sometimes be very niche, but is it Monday night? Like what could have been a cauldron of hatred.
Oh,
Liverpool that would have been pro wrestling, is what I'm saying.
No. It's still going to be a cauldron.
Oh, good. Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
Fool. This Monday coming, yeah.
Because that would have been had he have gone to Liverpool, which is a place where it's highly speculated.
No, it's still going to happen.
It's still going to happen.
Because they're still believed to be like set to make one last move on him, and the whole thing's disrupted. Obviously, most of pre-season and the start of the season, isn't it? So. It's going to be tasty. It's going to be fiery. Unfortunately, I think we're going to get people sent off and then we're going to lose the game. So that'll teach them. That'll show them. But if we beat them, that would be sweet.
I would rarely, you know this already because I was texting you relentlessly about it. I would rarely be the one to drive us in down a football cul-de-sac, but I'm toasting perhaps the one week maybe that I like the Premier League on account
of go on then, because I know all of this, but because I was getting the play-by-play.
There is a Wakey Summer podcast that I don't think has gone out yet, but it will do.
Which one?
It was one that me and Sidge did where he went into quite a lot of detail about his current relationship, I think with Newcastle maybe, or I can't remember why, but it was quite a long football one, but it was related to a question. I feel like somebody had asked a question, which he picked.
Of course.
Open that door. And then this was before obviously the season kicked off, but I was mostly quite pragmatic about it. And you know my relationship with football. And Sunderland, I say football, it's Sunderland really. And even then, it's very much I'll only put in what I feel like I'm going to get out. I can really, really love it. And then if quarter-5 comes and we've lost, I can switch it off and that can be the end of the week. And I will only ever give a football club what I feel it has given me back. And I think that's fine. I think everybody should enter the relationship they're comfortable with their football team. To some people, it is a blind and often desperate faith. But I am a bit old and long in the tooth. And I'm at the point where I have that with the Fed, by the way. But I am now a bit old and long in the tooth. I'm loving it currently through my kids.
You're not a bit old, are you?
I'm getting up there.
Very old.
We're not quite all in our 40s. But
how old's the Sunderland Football Club?
1879.
Yeah,
so the opening party was quite the shindig.
Yeah,
you should have been there.
You should have told me all about that. I've never asked.
But it's been nice while we've had moderate success over the last couple of years to relive it through my kids. They're finding it for the first time. They're yet to really have their heart broken. That will come. But so they've just been like on this wave of momentum that the club has been on, and I've kind of been on that with them, and it's brought me back in touch with it, which I've really loved. And that pretty much might have peaked while I was in Thailand, a rare case where multiple generations of Hamfletts got to get together in a bar in Thailand. And it's always pretty cool watching your team in a different country. That's its own unique thing.
Like, it's very special.
Yeah, like it was a 9 o'clock kickoff.
Especially when you win, obviously.
Yeah, well, that was it. It was a 9 o'clock kickoff in Thailand, so the boys were being allowed to stay up late. My youngest had his first sip of beer after we won because he could spot a weakness in Dad's vulnerability, and it was all getting quite like, when he leant over to me, he's like, Dad's, the Premier League's the best league in the world, isn't it? I was like, yeah, that's what they say, son. I was like, so are we the best team in the world? And I was like, you know what? Based on the data that I have in front of me, which is all these screenshots of the league of Sunderland top for 2 hours, it appears that we are. The bar guy, shout out to Woody's Bar in Hua Hin in Thailand, who told my brother earlier in the day, I've got every channel, mate. We will find the game, with such determination that was the place we went back to. He gave us 2 free jugs of Chang because he'd enjoyed our company that much.
Nice.
And, you know, like when you sense that you've got like the bar owner on side, and we'd made him a Sunderland fan for that day, and we'd brushed aside West Ham, and it was incredible. And yeah, I say all this now because I wasn't exactly super excited for the return of the Premier League, warts and all, but game week 1, as our American friends would say, couldn't have gone any better. Yep. It was magic. We won 3-0.
Stop the count.
Yeah, we won 3-0. We had a bunch of new players, and nobody was sure how they were going to bed in. The answer was really well, but the 3 goal scorers were all players that had played in the championship team, so players that the kids had a massive affinity with, and players that it was just nice to see get off the mark. They could score no more now, but you're not going to hear. A Sunderland podcast I listened to made this great point. We're going to get beat more than we're going to win this season, but you're not going to hear the commentators saying, oh, when will so-and-so get off the mark? You know, those those things that hang around the necks of promoted clubs, or when you just can't get a run of form together or whatever. So that was super nice. We're playing Burnley tomorrow, which we lost to them last season, and they finished above us in the championship. But the narrative changes every 7 days in the Premier League, doesn't it? Like all of a sudden now the expectation is we're supposed to go there and sweep them aside, and I don't think we're going to do that. But a point now would be 4 points from the first 2 games, which for a promoted club,
that's how maths works, buddy.
That would be all right, you know.
I think you're going to beat them.
Well, you've got to be a little bit more optimistic than maybe before the start of the season, but I'm trying to be my usual diplomatic self.
No, it's not diplomacy. This is
second in the league, baby.
Lying to myself and to others about how I feel this is going to go.
Yeah, we should be
so that I don't have to face up to the reality. That's what this is.
That could be that.
But it is good to have you back.
It was a very nice experience of a way to watch football with family, put it like that, in a remote part of the world as well. That was very cool. I don't think we've got any Burnley fans in our regular rotation, but
I'm sure they'll reveal themselves if they are.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because it was a total smash and grab when they beat us last season. Their goalkeeper saved 2 of our penalties, and he was the guy that started from Man City last week. So hopefully that was their biggest weapon, and we can just take the piss. I don't know. I don't know enough about Burnley, and but I do know a little bit, not much at the moment, about SmackDown. So end of the tangent and back to the third country, Dublin, for John Cena making what will certainly be his last ever appearance in the Republic of Ireland, I think, returning to SmackDown. Nicholas.
That's me.
I said I was going to switch off, and what helped immensely in that switch off over the holiday was SummerSlam being the last thing I properly watched. Because Brock Lesnar coming back was grim.
Yeah. It wasn't great.
I didn't... Surprise wouldn't be the word. It's WWE. They'd name-checked him, or they'd name-checked references of the Beast and all that kind of stuff enough that it was apparent that they were testing the waters. And what I didn't like about Brock Lesnar coming back was what it felt like it was testing the waters for other stuff.
Yeah.
There was a sense of him. And then, of course, what doors will that open if, for example, down the line, the sex trafficking lawsuit was settled and nothing really comes of it consequentially? Who knows? Not a nice thing to think about, but I guess we're going to have to here, because John Cena is going to fight Brock Lesnar down the line, right?
It would certainly seem like they would like that. They probably think there's money to be made in that.
Yeah, I did. It's Logan Paul, Clash in Paris.
Yes,
so Logan Paul. Can be his right now issue, I guess. I don't hate that. I don't hate John Cena and Logan Paul now that he's back as a babyface, which, by the way, funny.
Very funny. But I will say this, a complete and utter, disaster. It's not unfair to say, I don't think. But it just feels right, him being face. And, like, the reactions have been great from what I've seen, like the little clips and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch the Cody match at SummerSlam?
I watch it or not?
It was class.
No, I haven't watched it. I basically watched an abridged highlights of most of it, like the whole show. So I've seen like a lot of like when he came up in the Cody video.
Oh my god, amazing!
But it just looked like he had the spark back.
Yeah,
and then the people wanted it that way, which was, I don't know, a better fit.
It's going to be.
It makes me think it's a shame. Not that I have any particular massive stock in John Cena, but like just a shame that they had. It's the most WWE thing ever, isn't it?
And it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
And whose fault is it?
Well, I think it's The Rock's. But I do think it's funny considering John Cena was such an obvious and visible pawn in Triple H and The Rock's game that he was kind of victim to both of them. Because I didn't sense at any point that Triple H liked it.
Nah.
And you didn't feel the passion behind the character. There was the booking was quite dispassionate, or the turning the heel bit was the exciting bit, and then they didn't realize the scale of the job they had on their hands.
Yeah.
And couldn't be asked after that, and maybe wanted that character to die a little bit. I think there will be longer stories about this John Cena. I think you're right. Disastrous heel turn, and heel run.
Like an all-time actual heel turn.
Yeah.
In terms of the moment.
Yeah.
Followed by it's the New Day thing all over again. Like
totally. Yeah.
Just
2 in a year.
2 in a year. Two of the best turns, followed by 2 of the worst actual living out of the turn.
Let's have a bit of a chat about that, actually, before we go deeper into SmackDown or whatever Cena might do. I've been left over these last couple of weeks to people, long-term listeners and viewers will know I'm not the switching off type when it comes to wrestling. Even when I've been away previously, I've used the comparison of checking sports scores, depending on what you're into. I'll kind of read the results at a bare minimum and then find the time to watch the stuff I really want to watch after the fact. And I really haven't. Like, hands up, honestly, this time. I went and looked at the Forbidden Dow card earlier this week because I'm going to attend that and I like the look of it, but very little of it made me want to necessarily go back and watch the last couple of Dynamites to get to that card. And that leads me to like a bigger point that I've been left to sort of sit with over the past couple of weeks. 2025, like we're coming into September now in the next week or so, and it's going to start getting to that period of time where you start reflecting on the year. Not a good one for US TV wrestling, I don't think. I feel like the Dynamite, and I think Sid would agree with this as well, I think the Dynamite or the AEW return to form, I think you've got to be measured with. If I had one emotional response moment to 2025 TV wrestling, it probably would be Hangman Page's title win at All In. That would be the thing. If I'm going to I do this with years. Typically, the whole wrestling year will have one single image that's my shortcut, my kind of go-to image of 2021. I think of CM Punk returning at the First Dance, for example. And 2025, right now as I speak, will be Hangman Page winning the belt and all of the excitement, the bells and whistles around the main event of All In. But I do think AEW are not quite there yet. And WWE's decline has been pretty depressing to watch. I think the Netflix, I said it at the time.
Sharp as well.
Really sharp.
Sharp and harsh.
I said it at the time, that Netflix show felt like beginning of the end, but my thoughts were that they would look to sort of extend that beginning of the end period as long as possible. They were obviously going to move into sort of different waters with how they embraced celebrity in a different way. I didn't anticipate the mass chudification and just how that feels like it's coming through the product at the moment, like the little sort of air holes in the product are just being filled with more grim, chuddy, celebrity, losery stuff. I'm not against branding on mats or anything, but even the sort of brands, they feel like they're...
I think they also, pulled the wool on you a bit, because I obviously know how much you've enjoyed the last 2 years, but that has been very quietly happening in little pockets. And that's fair. It slips through the net when it's really good, and then when it's not so good, you start to notice it a lot more.
That's true.
But they have definitely done that a great deal over the last 3 years.
You've got less distractions, I guess. You kind of, all of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute, I'm not quite into the fiction of this as much. I'm going to start looking at the reality again. Then you spot that, and you spot that, and you spot that. A lot of leaks in the roof. And I just, that's what I've thought over the last couple of weeks while I've actually been separate from it. And I'm curious as to people's thoughts as well. I'm not going to sit here, and if you're still banging to SmackDown, tell me why. But me and Wilborn have sat here for most this year. And I think I've been a bit more critical than Wilborn, but I've felt like what I'm watching is a vastly inferior show to Raw. And then Raw has felt like a vastly inferior show compared to the prior couple of years. And I've just sat with that thought a lot this year that 2025 has been this year that I've so far wonderful, incredible experiences at certain wrestling shows and the likes of our trip to Vegas. And as you talk about the John Cena heel turn and plenty of moments where I've thought, good, great, what I watch for. And a bad WWE under Triple H is going to be very different to a bad WWE under Vince McMahon. I think we can all acknowledge that. I think there's still going to be storylines that are quite coherent, and I think there's still big moments that Rumble to WrestleMania is still going to be this relatively safe, exciting by design period of time. But I'm looking at the SmackDown lineup, and I'm continue to not be dazzled by it. Did Wilborn do a solo SmackDown with you this week?
Well,
that's a paradox, obviously. Yeah. Did he do SmackDown with you?
The answer to your question, yes, he did.
Where's his enthusiasm levels for this? Because I'm looking at this lineup and it's just the same recycled trash.
Through the roof, I think, usually.
Through the roof.
Sky high.
I apologise. I'm somewhere in the middle.
Consistently. Yeah, I have to say, I think one thing I noticed sitting here is that I do realise that when these moments are happening, and you do it on WWE and Sidge does it with AEW, where it is like, well, it's the end. That's it. Yeah. Like, it's the cliff edge is there. It's gone. It's nothing they can't switch around. Mm-hmm. And you would suggest that, like, Mr. Levesque, the game.
As it pertains to my own booking.
Is there a possibility there is a year of just cooling it off? Not necessarily on purpose.
Yeah.
But because they've become so focused on, AEW is getting good again. We need to do some stuff. This is exactly what caused the first problems for AEW, isn't it?
Totally.
WWE's getting good again. We'll have to start trying to either be more like them or like steal their people.
It's ego, but isn't it?
Yeah.
They're all on burners. They're all reading the conversations and they want their bellies rubbed. And when it doesn't happen,
and then WWE have taken in so many AEW like cast-offs, and then started following similar patterns and started booking against to like counteract AEW. And it didn't really, yes, it might have won the ratings, but realistically, back when it was like the Wednesday Night War, the quality of the two shows was just monumentally different, wasn't
There's a reason why one side's winning, and that much is clear.
One of them is trying to stop the other one, and the other one's just trying to do its own thing.
Yeah, well, this is it. I would say that 2025, again, I don't want to be speaking out of turn to AEW fans because I would put that Hangman Page title win pretty much above everything else this year.
Excellent. It was excellent.
I really believe deeply in trees in wrestling, and Swerve and Hangman was the tree. And it's weird when wrestling has to like chip away at that tree a little bit, potentially cut it down completely. I don't think they have with Swerve and Hangman. But I think if I'm thinking about it, 2025 might be the weakest year of the two companies era yet, because the domination creatively of one company over another meant that if you're watching both companies, there are two, you're going to be satisfied by one of them in 2019 through to 2024. I feel like there's a better argument in 2025 for neither side being wholly satisfied. Maybe I'm wrong about the AEW side, and maybe I'm speaking more through a WWE lens. And
I think AEW's drop off for so long, like this makes this. It's the reverse. It's the reverse problem.
Yeah,
WWE's very good last 2 years have created a standard that you expect them to meet.
Yes,
they have not even gotten close to it since January 6th. Thanks, Dwayne. And the Netflix thing, people are disappointed about what's going on in terms of like views on Netflix is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And like, well, Netflix being that, WWE are probably like, everyth's fine. The views are great.
5 year, was it a halfway point termination?
They get a halfway point termination if they wish. But yeah, like it's the reverse problem now. So like AEW being bad for 2 years, they're benefiting in 2025. It probably feels a lot like, I would say so. Like it feels like it's on the way back in a good way. So you might not count this as a bad year necessarily for them.
They've kept the house in order, haven't they, this year, I think?
Yeah. A lot more. And again, focusing on what they're good at rather than how to emulate or beat WWE, which you don't need to do. Just put on, for your audience, just put on the stuff they want.
The grass is greener where you water it.
Exactly.
As infamously said by a man that was setting fire to every blade around him.
But was obviously taking to heart and listen to.
Yeah.
Because his arch nemesis loves a bit of gardening now. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe that was
So
what he picked. Like, Hangman still only watched the bit of Brawl Out where he says that. And he's like, hey, good point.
Hey,
this
you know
guy's
what?
got some good
This
ideas.
guy's-
Don't watch the rest, Adam. Leave it.
Yeah.
Switch it off. Does he say anything else about this? No, nothing. No. He was talking about gardening. I'll give it a look.
Gardening, and he loves muffins too.
He doesn't know there's a feud. He's still completely
oblivious
unaware.
the whole time.
So there's some broad thoughts anyway. And I don't know, maybe the SmackDown will prove me wrong, but that's the point. John Cena returns to SmackDown. There's nothing WWE have added beyond that, but we can assume there's going to be some sort of standoff with Logan Paul. Here's something that isn't on preview copy from WWE, but something that surprised me. I did see, because my son showed me this, so he was more locked into the business than I was when we got home. Drew McIntyre smashed Cody Rhodes through a table last week.
Yes, he did. Not smashed him through one. Like
the side
Claymore kicked him through the side of the bottom.
That looked pretty cool.
It was like when Joe smashed Punk through it.
Yeah.
The same idea.
Aye. And typically unused bit.
It looked great, though. It looked really good.
Looked fantastic.
Yeah.
But not in service, apparently, of a Clash in Paris title match. Cody's off being Guile now in Street Fighter for a bit, per some pictures I saw. And
it definitely felt like a bit of a write-off.
A write-off? Yeah, rather than a Clash in Paris match. Yeah. So with that in mind, are they leading with Cena and Logan Paul as the main event of Clash in Paris?
Well, it's Cena's first singles match back as babyface.
As a babyface, I suppose, yeah. So, Raw's got, what's the Seth better? It's a four-way, isn't it?
They've got that. Like,
it's not main event, is it?
Logan Paul's going to get booed out the building.
That's true.
And then Cena's going to get cheered, and there's a chance that you get, Christ, something happening.
Top billing.
Not great.
It's not the most inspiring much, is it?
I haven't looked at the card. What's
Clash in Paris?
Working with?
Clash in Paris, where like our very own Adam Wilborn will be our French correspondent for that, I think. Right?
Is he actually going?
I don't know. These days,
you have to remember, like, when he starts talking and doing the plugs, and actually, to be honest, when most of you are talking, I can just zone out and just watch you and do the cameras. So you got Roman and Bronson Reed, Sheamus and Rusev.
Yeah.
Actually, is that Fatal 4-Way going to be the main event?
Maybe.
That's got to be the main event, right?
It's not looking strong, is it? Of course. I've just thought this would have also included Stephanie Vaquer versus Naomi.
It would have, yes.
But that is now off
the cards. Congratulations to Naomi.
Congratulations, Naomi and
Big Jim.
But I guess Stephanie Vaquer is the number one contender, so it wasn't about the fact that she was going to be wrestling Naomi. It was about she was going to be fighting for the title. So they could still put something there.
So they're going to open with Roman and Bronson so Roman can go home.
Yeah, probably. First flight out. You're probably right, that 4-way. It's not great, is it?
It's still for the World Heavyweight Championship, Michael.
How's Seth been getting on?
That's a good question. If anybody's been watching the show,
let us know. Let us know in the comments below.
No, from what I've seen, I imagine pretty well. I don't know.
Just want to say, by the way, thank you very much for I appreciate I'm quite low energy today. I'm pretending, I'm doing that thing, when we talk, I'm no selling jet lag and it's bollocks, isn't it? You cannot outrun this thing.
No, you can't at all.
Yeah, you can't defeat it.
You can just go to sleep if you want. I don't mind. If you just want to sleep here for the next, what we've been on here, half an hour now, so.
We're doing WhatCulture Live and later on, and you and Phil are little bastards enough that if that actually happened, you would let that.
Oh, well, yeah.
And you would start balancing things on my head.
I would just
wake up no eyebrows.
Yeah, I would just go from this camera and I'd punch in and keep it just on that one. And then I just would, decorate you basically. Probably have a live game of Buckaroo with you.
Yeah. The warmth of the studio lights and everything. It would just be the perfect setting for me.
I would just slowly dip them down one by one so you feel
very gradually.
Turn the heat up in here a little bit. You get cozy.
My wife and kids have, what's worse for me as well, is that they've handled it way better than I have. So
I am shocked.
They've looked.
Kids are funny though, because kids, I don't think yes, it can make them tired, but I don't think they get the jet lag anywhere near as bad as you do as an adult. That's
been really apparent. They've been getting tired earlier on the nights, and you know what kids are like for wanting to stay up late in the summer holidays. So that's been telling. They've been kind of happy to go to bed and call it a night, but then they're still getting up early doors, so they're just getting their regular amount of sleep. They were class on the planes, by the way. Shout out to Adele, actually. She was the proper boss of she's the final boss of my family. And shout out to Charlie and Joshua, who were on their first flight ever. 15 hours travel, including layovers. That's the longest I've ever done. And that includes like going to the west coast of America.
And think about this as well. Now that they've done that, little 1 hour flight's going to seem like nothing.
Yeah.
Like you've done it, you've sneakily trained them
for
the future.
It's funny, right? Because I saw, for whatever reason, the algorithm must have known when I came back onto Twitter and I was getting loads of scary animals in Thailand after like a few cursory searches. And then I was also seeing, you know, those Jet2 memes that are still doing the rounds, where people are getting into fights on short haul flights.
Yep.
I was thinking like, God, no screens with hundreds of films on and games for them to play on a pissed 3 hour Ryanair with a bunch of, but that looks harder work than 7 hours followed by 7 hours. Yeah. Like, and I was telling them, I was saying like, I'd never flown until I was flown long haul, especially until I was like 25. I'd never been in a plane pretty much. So they're like well ahead of me. And I think they just now accept this as what a flight is.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So in their head, they don't know any different. So when they do a shorter flight now, they'll be like, is that it?
This is done.
They'll be like prepared mentally for the overlay.
They'll be they don't realise that some planes are just uppers and downers.
The layover.
What was your first long haul flight?
First lot must be, actually that's not true. Florida.
How old are you?
Florida at 16.
So this is going to sound,
is that right?
I'm going to date myself with this question, but it's because I genuinely don't know.
Just trying to remember. There's an interesting fact why. Yes. Sorry, I'm just off my own world there. You carry on.
That's okay. I was in because we're 5 years apart.
We are.
So I went to Florida in 2010.
Forever.
So I was 25, 26.
Yeah.
So I was trying to do some backwards maths on your behalf there. So was it like the mid 2000s you went?
No.
The reason I ask, I'll tell you why I'm asking.
What year was it? Yeah, carry on.
Was plane screen technology
2006? It would have been,
2006,
sorry. 2006.
Like, was it then where we're at now in terms of, or was it still a case of headphones and everybody watches a big film at the front? Like, do you have total control of what you could watch and do by that point?
So, if I recall correctly, because I am that guy, I think at that point I had a PSP.
Oh, fancy Dan.
Well, not exactly, because I'm sure it was my dad. My dad got it for himself. Like,
right.
This is usually how it worked when I was younger.
Shout out Doug.
He loves his tech and loves his gaming and stuff, so he would always have bits and pieces. And then he had a PSP, and I just think he'd never use it particularly, so he just like gave it to me.
Yeah.
But I remember it vividly because Matty, my mate, shout out to Matty as well.
Shout out Matty.
He'd never seen Snatch before.
Right.
And I remember I had loaded a bunch of films onto the PSP for the flight because I don't get how people just leave it in the hands of what they're getting on.
No.
Take some stuff with you. And
yeah.
Like, I've been on flights with my other mate, Danny, and he's just like,
shout out Danny.
And
kiss the badge, Danny. Where is it? There you go, mate.
Yeah, loves it. He loves it. There he is. That can be Danny for the day.
Thank you, Danny.
I've seen him get on flights before and then turn to me and be like, what have you brought with you? Like,
insanity.
And I'm like, what do you mean, what have I brought with us? And he's like, I've got...
What are we doing then?
He's like, what we... And I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. I'm about to put my headphones on and ignore you for 5 hours. Like what? What do you mean, what we're doing?
It's a thing now, isn't it? You're seeing these lunatics doing the raw dogging.
This is stupid.
Deranged.
It's deranged. This is stolen directly from an episode of Seinfeld as well, which is worse. Because, like, Elaine and... what's he called, man? Elaine's boyfriend, Puddy.
Right.
Elaine and Puddy get on a flight, and they're famous for being on and off, these two.
Okay.
And the whole episode, they basically keep breaking up and getting back together.
Right.
And then they have a big fight. They get back together on the plane. And then she's like going to read a book for the flight home, and he's just staring at the back of the chair.
Right.
Nothing. No music, no nothing. Just stare. And she goes, what are you doing? And she gets so annoyed and perturbed by the fact that he's not going to do anything. She's like, you're not going to read a book? You're not going to sleep? He's like, nah. He just keeps saying, nope, nah.
I think that's unacceptable.
And people seem to have taken this on a sport. I have no idea why you would bother. Put some headphones in. You can stare at anything you want. That's fine. Well, not, within reason.
I am fully aware I'm saying this as an idiot on the internet talking about wrestling for a YouTube channel that is itself a subsidiary of a YouTube channel, and we plug our Twitter accounts and the like. But that specific activity has got to be one of the saddest grasps for numbers, hasn't it?
Oh,
because people post these things to post it as a win or whatever. I stared at the back of a seat for 8 hours.
Yeah.
and did nothing.
She has quite...
Press like. Could you not just film the last 10 seconds?
Well, you could.
I did it.
I mean, I have to be honest, I've never clicked, so I wouldn't know. But here's the thought. If that was me, this is literally not... This isn't like... I couldn't stop it from happening even if I wanted to.
Yeah.
If I had 8 hours of a flight and I just stared at one point, I would be asleep so fast.
Yeah.
Like, how... That's more impressive.
That's it.
Being awake.
It's its own...
But why? What?
Yeah, you would slip into sort of a meditative state, wouldn't you? Because sooner or later, the sounds around you of the various other travelers would just stop, and you'd be again. You're staring at nothing, either a blank screen or the back of the seat, whatever. There is nothing to occupy your brain, so you would go into some sort of shutdown.
Well, yeah, I guess, but
I don't know.
Just what's the point?
I don't like it.
Nah, just put your head.
Can I tell you something else I don't like?
SmackDown, by any chance?
This bit of it.
Okay.
Speaking of stepping into the darkness
of there, everybody at home thought he's going to come home refreshed and revitalized and loving the product. You were wrong. You were wrong.
What am I doing going away for 2 weeks and then coming back to a WWE.com subheading that reads, R-Truth steps into the darkness when he faces Aleister Black? What are we doing?
I believe we're doing NXT 2018, right?
Well, it is. Aleister Black doesn't like to lose. Lost to R-Truth when Triple H stubbornly had him win, but not really win, in order to set up that John Cena match. And there you go, you've had your R-Truth. He was very visibly unhappy that he'd had to use R-Truth in his storylines, and then he got him right back out of there again. Am I right in thinking he's still a pawn in Aleister Black and Damian Priest? Is that still happening?
Again, if anybody's been watching the show. No, I think from what I remember, you don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure Aleister Black took out Damian Priest for a bit. R-Truth's in the middle of it somewhere.
Yeah.
I think.
Has he commented yet on John Cena turning babyface?
Yes, they had a backstage interaction.
Oh, so right, they have addressed that.
Where it was addressed. I can't say I've watched it, but I know it happened.
But they've had their moment. I'll go back and check that one out. Well, then moving swiftly on. God, this is the problem. I feel like this might as well have been preview copy before SummerSlam.
Who's winning, Michael, between R-Truth and Aleister Black?
I didn't care then.
No, I'm asking you.
What?
Who's going to win?
Aleister Black.
Yeah?
Man didn't lose. That's not always come back for.
I just needed you to confirm that for the good people at home.
Sorry, yeah. I do believe that. Well, I believe that Aleister Black will win, or...
I've just realised you don't know anything about Aleister Black. Oh, you've got to... I won't spoil it for you, but the boys have got a new gimmick.
Okay.
It's directly surrounded.
Oh, not, this is not the real Aleister Black. It's just...
No, not the real Aleister Black. It's the boys in the studio, Aleister Black.
Right.
The gimmick... I'll tell you, but you'll live it. I guess you'll live through it. Okay. Basically, they've just started doing like 5 to 10 minute segments because they get bored of Aleister Black, where basically his new gimmick in the world is that Aleister Black is a stand-up comedian. You might have heard this before.
Right. Aleister Stack.
Aleister Black. And basically, they both just look up jokes and try to pop each other while doing the Aleister Black voice.
Right.
But then he's big. The plot twist of Aleister Black, because he talks so much nonsense, is that after every joke, obviously he says, so the reason that joke is funny is because, and explains the joke.
Like,
having just told the joke.
Like Von Wagner used to do that quite a lot.
Yes, very similar. But it's almost like you've only got that
we leaping back.
Just play that one song. Interestingly, one of the ones from the other week, Sid said, was why does Dr. Pepper come in a can?
Why does Dr. Pepper come in a can? I can't think of anything.
No, you shouldn't.
Don't want dead air for a while.
It's because his wife's dead. So. And that is exactly how I reacted to that when I heard that. And you see what the actual joke is that Dr. Pepper is actually a person who doesn't come in a can because it's not the liquid. He ejaculates into the can of pop, And
aluminum.
and he does that because his wife has died. So there's a lot of other people he could probably still sleep with, but apparently he's chosen Ken instead.
So much darker that she's passed away.
Yeah, exactly.
She could have just left him in the joke.
Maybe she died in a Cam-related incident and the whole thing's tied together. I don't know.
It's hard not to picture him trying and masturbating into a cocaine.
It's difficult.
You're going to cut the tip of his penis on the...
Yes, you got to be careful.
Very sharp.
Got to be careful or you'll be getting a brush before you know it. Just like that.
Well...
so that's Aleister Black.
That's Aleister Black now.
There you go.
He's a Stax Von Wagner hybrid who talks in riddles, but at least explains the riddles.
This is it.
It's
like a reverse of his old previous gimmick where...
I actually welcome that.
Yeah. Instead of just talking in riddles, he explains in case you don't know what he's talking about.
Well, I look forward to hearing more of that, but it actually sounds like the best iteration of the character thus far.
Yeah.
I think we probably could have done with that guy more in AEW and the run might not have been such a bust.
Needless to say, I have to say, Sidgwick has enjoyed doing these SmackDown reviews for that reason and that reason only. It's almost like a pattern is occurring where on every WWE product, Michael Sidgwick needs 10 to 15 minutes of stand-up comedy to get him through the review.
I'm telling you, man, we can get him. He's been flirting with joining this review and preview team.
Yeah.
As much as he likes to insult it from afar and from the safety of dadly discourse and the like, it's that thing, when kids at school, when you come into terms with your emotions for the first time and it's like, I hate you, but really it's like that first girl that you love or whatever. I think he's had that. He's held that candle for the SmackDown coverage for a while. Mm. And I think me going away has given him that in. As much as I know he loves to stay on top of the collision stuff, I think SmackDown's his true calling. We'll get him back.
Yeah.
We'll get him back. But we won't with matches such as the Motor City Machine Guns versus Melo Don't Miss. Is that... They're back.
Yeah, they're back together.
they're back.
Yeah, they're back together.
There was discussion earlier this year.
They're doing a basic gimmick where it's like they're back together and Miz, Carmelo should have got the pin and then Miz basically did a thing that got the pin instead.
Okay.
And was like, I don't get it. I'm a 2-time WWE champion. I got the pin. You should be grateful that basically it's that.
Okay.
How long are these guys going to be pals for?
So that's a pivot from where we were at with them just after WrestleMania when Miz just earnestly seemed like a big fan of Melo and he was trying to actually... And now there's obvious teacher-student dissension between the two.
Again, I will keep saying this throughout the course of this preview. This is based on what I remember hearing the boys talking about in the studio.
Well, it's still weird because earlier this year, it was odd and I think it maybe turned out to be baseless to a point, but it was around the time the R-Truth release first happened, where there was a discussion about the Miz's contract.
Yes.
And nothing's unthinkable, I think, anymore. People have been around enough, and then nobody's a lifer in WWE historically. There's no guarantees and all that kind of thing. So it did feel like the fact that this team had disappeared off the face of the earth was something to do with the Miz, maybe gradually taking a step back. He's doing that American Gladiators thing, but that features wrestlers from WWE and AEW, and who knows politically what that does for you if you're the Miz. But presumably then there's going to be a split between these two and it now exists to try and get Melo over again. So we can assume the Motor City Machine Guns settle issues. So did this pin thing, did this happen at the Motor City Machine Guns' expense, do we know?
I can't remember.
That's okay.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Let's just assume that they did and that the Motor City Machine Guns get the win tonight. I did enjoy, in spite of myself and this, what I consider to mostly be clown show of a tag division, more on that in a second, I did enjoy the TLC match at SummerSlam.
Yes.
It was deranged.
Yeah, it was absolutely bizarre.
They sequenced that run of bumps really nicely. Table, quick break. Candice is dead.
We were all admiring the Ciampa pull-up on the...
Oh, yeah.
Dodging the spear.
Where's the button? Yeah, it was.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Because you're actually happy with the spear anyway.
Yeah.
If you'd hit him with the spear, great.
Yeah.
Redo that one, it's class.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, that was tremendous. I think there was a version of that in the TV one, but such is the nature of the TV one, people were forgetting what was going on, and at least they got the stadium setting to do that. It does give me the segue to something that I'm very stressed to talk about, because another tag team that were in that TLC I was rooting for with the Street Profits, and they fight two members of the MFTs tonight. Andy Murray, across the desks this morning, said something that chilled me to my bones. He told me that the word on the street is the MFTs, who are an act that I think this is a part of WWE's creative decline. Clown idiot losers that I've really started to enjoy, which reminds me of the days when there wasn't much to enjoy about WWE. Because if there were just some fools, some dipshits that you could just get along with for a bit, you were like, you know what, I'll take them. I'll take the comic relief because there's nothing else happening. and I felt that with the MFTs in 2025. He told me that on the docket is the MFTs versus the Wyatts. Were you aware of this?
No.
What the hell are we doing?
I don't know.
Do they want Netflix to cut the deal off even sooner? The friggin' Wyatts and the MFTs. Tongaloa versus Dexter Lumis as a potential singles match on SmackDown down the line.
What?
Yeah. JC Mateo and Joe Gacy finally coming to blows.
Yeah.
As Solo Sikoa, I mean, actually, I like this bit, runs in fear of Uncle Howdy. Like, Uncle
While
Howdy.
trying to look cool at the same time.
It's Solo with his own lapels.
Yeah.
Doing that thing where he takes the piss out of the...
Well, he does have the red gloves, right? Like the black and red gloves.
He could just write Hurt and Heel on them, couldn't he?
Well, he could, but I'm pretty sure he had to take Hurt and Heel off them just to have them at the beginning. Unstitched them.
They got the iron on them backstage. Yeah. He was trying to get them off. Yeah. So, yeah, apparently that's happening. So maybe the MFTs win tonight against the Street Profits to line up a possible tag title fouad. Mm-hmm. The MFTs, as I understand it, might be overlapping with Sami Zayn, who is traded to SmackDown.
Yes, Sami Zayn has been traded to SmackDown and
wants the US
under
belt.
the guise of pursuing the US Championship.
So that means he has to fight Solo Sikoa. He has to be on terms, I guess, with him and Big Jim. So close.
Him and Big Jim are on terms, and also at the end of last week's SmackDown, after a tag match, or was it just an interruption? No, it was 6-man. Him and Jacob Fatu are now pals.
Ooh.
Like they had like a big sort of, because that was the build-up was, Jacob was like, Jimmy is my friend / brother / whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know you. And then Sammy was doing Sammy things like, hey, me and him are pals.
Bloodline,
and
buddy.
Me and Ding are pals. So come on, buddy. Yeah. Me and you. Am I right? And then obviously by the end of the match, they like did the like, you know, we're friends. We've worked it out. We're going to be pals. Nah. Sammy was doing the Jacob shake.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it was...
well, I'm into it.
You have to go and hunt that out. Yeah, well, of course you're into it. Sami Zayn magic on it, which is what I think they've needed, the idea being that they're using Sammy's magic to sprinkle in there, hence moving him across to SmackDown. Like I say under the guise of the US Championship, because I still think that's just going to be a placeholder for now, but yeah.
Because he's still our collective Royal Rumble prediction, like even more so now that Seth's got the belt.
Yeah, I think everybody's
those 2 WrestleMania title matches feel...
People are thinking Seth and Sammy and Cody and Punk.
Yeah. No complaints, by the way.
No,
that's not predictable in a bad way.
No, it's predictable in a good way.
Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Vaquer as well?
Yes. Well, I think, based on what I hear people saying in the chair where you're sitting, but yeah, I think those are the ones that seem to make sense. Again, if any of my recap is wrong, tough.
Yeah.
That's the law now.
No, that's fine.
I have made it up, and therefore that is the lay of the land in SmackDown.
You've seen these podcasts. You've seen the work it takes to make us look even halfway decent. Nicholas is doing a diligent producer's job, and I haven't been watching for 2 weeks. So that's why you're getting this. Anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
I wanted to end on a high.
I do love the idea that all of this is wrong.
Yes.
And that someone's just like, what am I watching?
I should say, if you've watched this preview and you go into SmackDown tonight, have a brilliant time. Like, you have my envy, if nothing else. It's still a WWE TV taping. My sense is that the crowd's going to be red to white hot. That's what happens when they travel internationally. That's not going to change. The people of Dublin getting their first shot at a TV taping. I'm pretty sure ever, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but nothing springs to mind in the old memory banks.
You also weren't here for this, which I mentioned on the previous one with Wilborn, where Sami Zayn was trying to get across here. I don't know if he missed a flight or something, but he was trying to go and see Oasis in Dublin.
Okay.
Presumably go across early and then be there for the show.
Oh, I see, yeah. And then he could just work it,
Missed the flight, couldn't go. So there was a sad picture of him on the internet where he went to Target, I think, and bought himself an Oasis t-shirt and just had a sad face on, right?
Oh, man.
But then someone posted in the comment, and I can't believe that I've done this again. Wilborn hunted the name out. Basically, she posted saying, like, and so Sammy can wait.
Oh, that's good stuff.
And he went bananas for it and was like, the next time I'm in the UK or Ireland or whatever, I want that chant.
Tonight.
So there you go. You could be
massive don't look back in anger.
Be getting, I don't know what the rest of the lyrics would be, but...
he knows it's too late as he's walking on by.
You see, you've got to start, you've got to get in.
It's got to be more Jacob and Jim and...
Yeah. Someone will get there.
Someone will work on that. That'd be nice. I'd like that.
Yeah.
That's one of the, that'd be a zeitgeisty version of AJ getting the Phenomenal song in France last year, wouldn't it? Just that thing that it's a bit of a takeover, but who cares?
It's sort of cheating because you're asking for it.
Yeah.
Like, rather than Bailey's like, here, Bailey, they just kind
But it is good wordplay.
But it's great wordplay. It's one word, to be fair, so it's not massive.
Speaking of Bailey, by the way, I know she's not on this show tonight, but where she is featured is on Best Match Ever, a series that you can still find on the WhatCulture Wrestling podcast channel, because today, Adam Nicholas, is the 10th anniversary / birthday, I always get mixed up, of TakeOver Brooklyn 2015. And Sasha Banks versus Bailey from that show is a match that we went deep on. Very proud of that audio and video, and you can, and that entire series, in fact. And I did want to remember to plug that today because, the 10th anniversary of what I think is the best WWE match of the 2010s, and probably still to this day the most influential women's match in North American history. Me and Sidgwick go along on that as beautifully produced by Adam Nicholas. So go and check that out today as a nice celebration, and go and watch the rest of TakeOver Brooklyn while you're at it, because what a time that was to be alive.
Oh, tremendous. Still pretty good to be alive now, though, right?
I'm pretty happy. Don't get me wrong. Just saying that was pretty cool too. And that's why I wanted to end on a positive note, because I've saved what I feel the best to last. Because going in, I should say, coming out of SummerSlam, I was left in a bit of a mood with the Fed. But one thing I did love was the execution of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss winning the tag belts, defeating at the time the Judgment Day, the tag team champions. And it looks as if we've moved into the Secret Service. Charlotte Flair is taking on Piper Niven tonight. Yes. Does that mean that Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss and all their overness are now feuding with Chelsea Green?
Yes, and a grander scheme. Basically, Alexa Bliss got her ass kicked by the Secret Service.
Nice.
Last week was left reeling,
and
I think it's just good business all around.
Yeah,
like got a place that can move in multiple different directions, and you've got 5 women who are more than capable of doing it.
And you've still got Charlotte Flair as an over babyface in one of the... It's kind of the inverse of the John Cena thing, that, isn't it?
Yes.
Like, nobody could have possibly seen the turn, but then nobody could have seen the outcome actually being good.
Yeah. Well... Did you see the promo with the birthday cake? Oh, not the birthday cake, the cake in general. Basically, like... Is
everything ruined? Is this where you're going?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not ruined. It's worked, right? The plan has worked.
Okay.
However, I feel... And again, I can only state my honesty. I don't watch regularly. I watch clips on the internet, on YouTube, of the weekly television whenever something looks decent. I watched that promo. It's like basically Charlotte gave her a cake. It said like, "Congratulations!" Like it, but the joke was like the cake was all about Charlotte, and then it said "and Alexa" at the bottom.
Okay, yeah. I can visualize that.
As you can imagine, I think they were in. Was it Montreal? They were in. So then Chelsea Green came out in Montreal. This might be wrong, so if it was somewhere else, please correct me.
But was it Canada?
It was Canada, so obviously she came out. And because obviously there was a cake there, Michael, so the rules of wrestling is that someone has to go into the cake when it is brought out. So Chelsea Green ended up in the cake, covered in cake, courtesy of Charlotte, who, to be fair to her, did a pretty good spot where she went into the cake and then she put her in the... figure 8.
Okay.
And as she was just about to bridge, she like put her finger on the icing and like took it off her face and then licked it and went, nice.
Oh, that's nice.
And then did a figure 8. So, but yeah, a promo was just a bit, you know what she's like, man? She's just, there ain't no script. And she just goes meandering into these little alleys.
She's got her ways.
And it's like, she does a zinger and it's pretty crap.
That was kind of rubbish, Charlotte.
Yeah, it's like, that would be funny if it was funny.
Yeah. Oh well, it's not.
She's trying.
It's still good.
I think it's still good, but not like it's still good in a very, very early. Still good.
Okay.
Not like the pig, all the way at the end of like 7 different layers of dirt it's gone through.
I will take that.
Yeah,
I will take.
I think there's still gas. They just need to make sure they don't overdo it with the Charlotte being a stand-up comedian.
When we come out of this studio, I'm gonna have to Google this because it's escaped my memory. I feel like it was Charlotte Flair, but I think it's just because I'm thinking of Charlotte Flair and Toni Storm in that infamous one that Toni said enough and she left.
Yeah.
Do you remember when somebody got a cake in the face and it was really violent? Like somebody launched a cake into somebody's face. There's a lot of wrestling
poor
cakes.
Kevin Owens, didn't he got one?
Kevin Owens got one from the mystery assailant, obviously, but there was once, it was like an in-ring one. And it was as if like, sort of
like a spiteful.
There was a receipt maybe.
Pie
And it was
face.
like, I know there's a cake here, or there's a pie, yeah, but like you're getting this. And it was a shoot pie in the like bang,
rammed, smashed into the face.
Yeah,
like actually used as a weapon rather than a bit.
Really
of
angry. Yeah, my hand is behind this, and my hand's got a brick in it.
I would like to see you find that one because
I can't remember what it was. I'll see if I can dig it out.
I mean, there is I've got one here that's Tony Storm hits Charlotte Flair with the pie to the face, which is the reverse, I guess, the revenge attack.
The revenge attack, yeah. Which nobody really remembers, do they? Because it's the image of Tony Storm drenched in the cake.
Yes, that's what
versus
everybody
her
remembers.
now was timeless Tony Storm. Yeah. Anyway, what's your favourite getting a pie in the face?
Did someone do a bad one at like one of them crap little, when they throw the party in the backstage and everyone's like, here we are again, like we do every week.
There's another party with red
parties.
cups.
I'm trying to think.
There's been loads.
Yeah, there's too many.
There were, and they're rarely good.
Have we ever done a list on?
We must have done
every time
cakes.
Someone got a birthday cake in the face.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Look, like I am reliably informed there are substantially more stringent rules on what it is you can view on the internet in the UK now. And cake in the face stuff is going to serve as a suitable replacement to people. So those WWE.com galleries, if we're hot on this, you watch how the numbers we can get off these, because you never know what people are into. And a cake in the face on a WhatCulture list might be coming to you soon if that's what people want to, watch for other reasons.
Cake or face? Or, like, what is it? Like, is it cake or, those programs, is it cake? Is it cake or is it someone's ass?
Cut somebody in it. Cut somebody's head. Ah! They're just screaming because the knife's going through their ears. Is it cake or is it
cake
ass?
Or is it ass?
That's a Netflix show.
Yeah.
Is it an ass?
You're welcome.
It's not cake related, it's ass related. Is it an ass?
It's surprise. It's another cake because you can't cut into someone's ass.
It's cakes and asses all the way down, Morty.
That's funny.
Brian, me and Nicholas on a show called Is It Cake or Is It an Ass? Would be great. I want to shout out Brian, actually, the SmackDown Photoshop correspondent, because he sent me an email, which by this point, I didn't take my work laptop away with me. And there was an email sat in my inbox that I saw this morning where he'd lined up, knowing that I would go through a little bit of podcast withdrawal. And I messaged him about this privately, but what appeared to be every single one of the SmackDown Photoshops over the last couple of years split into like 4 groups. And he said, look, if you're in a bit of need, dole these out to yourself, give yourself a bit of a ration.
Yeah.
And obviously, because I only saw them today, I didn't. And I just went back and looked at them all. And they're absolutely incredible. So thank you very much, Brian. I just wanted to say that on this podcast. I've messaged you separately, but that was a very lovely gesture. And I probably could have done with it when we were away as well. Just to have that little bit of a hit of the breeze, because I did miss all of this. And I missed all of you. And I missed getting to talk nonsense about WWE, in spite of what might have sounded like my negativity. Thank you very much for joining us today on this meandering SmackDown preview. We won't be back on Monday to review the show. It's a bank holiday in the UK. It's not even Wacky Summer. We're allowed that one. But next Tuesday, when we're back in, are you in next week, Nicholas?
Who's to say?
Well, hopefully you. But it's going to be me and Nicholas. And potentially, if he keeps his end of the bargain, Phil Chambers doing a bit of wrestling podcast coverage.
I would remind him about that.
I did today, thinking exactly that.
As soon as possible.
We'll put him on the spot on Wrestle Culture. But yeah, so we're going to be back next week to do as much coverage as we can, in spite of bank holiday, in spite of Wakey Summer. Thank you very much for your patience. The boys are still away. It's still myself and Nicholas for the next week or so. Then it gets a little bit wackier, and then by September, mid-September time, we're back, normal, everything good, everything great.
Wait, how does it get wackier than just me and you? No, I don't mean I'm funny. I mean, I'm asking you from an admin perspective, what am I walking into?
What, like next week?
Yeah, how does it get wackier? Or did you just say that because you were trying to be entertaining?
I was trying to be entertaining, and I haven't yet looked at the calendar we made before I went away on holiday.
Disappointing.
Where you can see who's off and that, so I've forgotten who's in and who's not. I know Wilborn's away because I'm envious of his tour that he's on. He's having a really nice time, so I'm a bit jealous of that. But he told me about a train delay and how unbothered he was by it, and now he gets it.
Yeah.
I was wondering how long it would take.
What is it you get, Michael?
He gets it.
What's that?
That life with kids is an endless joy if you're watching, boys. But sometimes when you get given that extra... Look, I've got to be really careful here. There's a situation occurring.
I'm just enjoying pushing you towards the minefield and watching you navigate it slowly.
There is a situation occurring in my house that is going to radically change how frank and honest I can be about the challenges of parenting, because my youngest asked for shoot YouTube over YouTube Kids.
Right.
Because I think he's starting to feel like he's completed what is available to him on YouTube Kids. And I haven't properly tinkered with the settings yet, because you can definitely go in and whatever. But on our cleaner episodes, my assumption is that would get through any kind of age content filter and it would be available, and he could finally watch his dad do this all the time. So to Charlie and Joshua, if you've got to the end of this podcast, even years later, know that I have only ever said the most loving things about all the wonderful experiences I've had with you. And Wilborn wanting to be late, that's his business, not me. I'd want the trains to be faster, if anything, just so I could get home to you sooner. And on that note, you can follow me on X at Michael Hamflett.
Is your nose growing?
Adam Nicholas.
That's weird.
As it pertains to my nose.
You can follow me at It's Adam Nicholas.
You can get all of our podcasts in all the usual places as Wakey Surma continues. We'll be back later on with Phil Chambers for a WrestleCulture. If you are going to SmackDown tonight in Dublin, have an absolutely amazing time. I'm looking forward at 8 p.m. to getting to watch it at a normal time of night, even if the show itself is rubbish. And I'm sure as a crowd you will make it fantastic. And until next time, we will see you soon.